All right, we are on the draw in match 3 of this league. Rug looting Delver, easy mulligan on that 7. The 6, not as easy, but I'm gonna say it's a keep. Probably bottom anything not named land. That is not named land. Urza's Tower into Chromatic Sphere. Okay. Normally, I would say cast Serum Visions, but given that we know the opponent's on Tron, Steam Vents Delver 100% of the time. And now we just need to find lands 2 and 3 off the top without ever casting that Visions, and we are going to be just fine, hopefully. Well, that smells like natural Tron. What do you got, Delver? Faithless looting, that's a start. Alright, what do we do? Hitting our second land drop. How important is that? Attacking is easy. Step 1. Bolt the opponent with your Delver. Step 2. If we Visions... So if we cast Serum Visions, our chances of making a land drop next turn get higher than if we cast Faithless Looting, but if we loot now, our chances of making this land drop get higher. So, is it very likely... We don't have any 1-mana spells we're really looking to cast besides looting and visions. So I think I actually care more about my land drop next turn, or making a land drop by next turn, such that I have enough mana to slam my Tarmogoyf, because we know we can't play a 2-drop now. So we may as well be able to play a 2-drop next turn. Now, if we lead on looting, we might find a land drop, which then allows us to visions, which could be valuable. And we're probably not winning any scenario in which we don't get kind of sort of lucky and start doing stuff. So I think I'm going to do that. Not lands. All right, let's dump Snag. Actually, do I want to dump Snag? I'm keeping that Visions. I'm going to dump Vapor Snag. Let's get rid of the Dismember. That's worse than Vapor Snag. And probably this Pyromancer. Yeah, let's do that. Goyf and Mandrills look a little bit better to me than Pyromancer right now. I don't really want to dump the Vapor Snag in case there's a Worm Coil in our future and we just barely squeak by. Yeah, they had Natural Tron. We're just dead. 6 ways to Sunday. That's fine. Karn? Worm Coil. Karn. Land or Delver opponent. If they hit the land, Delver gets to take out Karn. But chances are that doesn't matter. We also probably draw a card and then scoop, but we'll see. We'll see how it... Okay, we're going up. Alright, I don't want to give them any permanents in case they are inclined to restart the game. Then again, I don't see how restarting the game is much better than just destroying us with the advantage they have right now. But we'll take a look. We will take a look. Mandrills, not a land. Since we're 0% to be able to cast any of our 2s, we're going to Visions, hoping to find a green source. Just no lands. That's alright. The gods of luck are not smiling upon us. I'm going to just hit them in the face. We're definitely not winning the game that we try to deal with Karn. We're almost certainly not winning any of these games going forward. Any of the scenarios of this game, I should say. But we're definitely not winning the Karn fight. Alright, there goes Steam Vents. You got it. Sure. Are we taking out this Delver anytime soon? Sylvan Scrying, you got it. Sanctum of Ugin, that's nice. Hey, that's a land. Makes me kind of want to keep fighting, actually. Let's hit them in the face. Maybe the gods of fortune are actually smiling on us in a sadistic way. Probably want to play the Mandrills here. Breeding Pool or Stomping Ground? I fully expect my land to get Karned, so I'm actually going to get the Stomping Ground. But what if I... Yeah, we'll get Steam Vents next. I like that. I like that a lot. We're going to get Stomping Ground here. Do this. What do we get rid of? We don't have lands to flashback looting. We don't have lands to flashback anything. The opponent is going to sack their Sanctum, so land is going to stay. Creature. Creature is the card type that we want to keep, just in case Goyf becomes relevant. I picked Stomping Ground here as my land because I need a green source, but I don't want to grab a blue source because I'm expecting my land to get Karned and I want to be able to cast Delver next turn, theoretically. So I'm thinking we get Stomping Ground, they get rid of that. We get Steam Vents, we get to play Delver, or... Well, yeah, it's probably Steam Vents because if they're taking out our lands, I don't expect us to ever be casting either of these. And with that, we get to cast our top-decked Bolt effects. Now, I'm assuming the opponent just has anything and we're dead. But if they draw absolute nothing for a couple turns, we might have a shot here. I didn't think there was any chance the opponent wouldn't take our land, though, so maybe Breeding Pool was actually the choice here, so that we can still cast our Delver. I was thinking Breeding Pool was a land we would actually want to keep, but it's looking like that was wrong. They're going to pop that map. You got it. Something big. That is a Karn. Okay. I assume it takes out Delver. We're going to Sanctum. Now, is that any colorless or is it an Eldrazi? It's a colorless creature, which probably means Ulamog. That's fair. My first thought was Wurmcoil, but Ulamog is very fair. That Karn is going to tick down and get rid of Delver. Relic comes into play, and that's right about when we scoop. Let's head to the sideboard. All right, what's coming in? Ancient Grudge. I actually don't know how much I like Ancient Grudge in this matchup. Destructive Revelry, likewise. They blow up Wurmcoil engines. They hit maps and O-Stones. I guess O-Stone is really the threshold. Mana Leak is going to come in. Ceremonious Rejection is fantastic. Let's get that Alpine Moon. Matchup it's here for. The two Damping Spheres. See if we can give our Tron opponent what for. Let's take out some burn spells. Both Forked Bolt. They just do 2 to the face at sorcery speed, and that's not great. 3 Vapor Snags and a Dismember. I think that's right about where you want to be. We have a lot of ways of countering the Wurmcoils and World Breakers of the world. I did not board these in. All right, let's give it a go. I would love to be on the play against Tron. Damping Sphere, no threats. That's probably a mulligan, right? We're going to cast Visions, we're going to cast Damping Sphere, and eventually they're going to kill us. I'll keep. Look at that. Now we have Damping Sphere plus threats. Of course, you're not always going to mulligan and get lucky, I'll say like that. But, you know, our opponent's mulliganing very hard anyways. Tron typically mulligans quite well. The opponent actually mulled to 2. I wonder if they're going to go down to 0. Peasy on 2 sounds great. I am in for that. Turn 1 Visions, turn 2 Pyromancer, turn 3 Loot plus Damping Sphere. Means I definitely want to find a third land. Snapcaster Mage isn't going to be great. It might be eventually, but it's not right now. And I care about the right now currently. I also want this opponent to die as quickly as possible because they have a card in hand. Alright, can I play Mandrills this turn? I can't. Well, then I'm going to cast Pyromancer. Definitely want a clock, and we're going to choose the fast one. I actually don't want to play this if I don't have to. Them not knowing we have wet balls kind of sort of helps us. Okay, let's start by looting. I think there is a Mandrills in our future. I'm not positive, but I think. Forest is the land that gets discarded here because Foothills puts another card in the bin. There's the Elemental. What do we got looting? What do we got? There's absolutely no reason the opponent would be in the tank, right? Okay, we discard 2. We play this Foothills. We crack this Foothills. Basic Mountain? I am in for Basic Mountain. Let's go. Mandrills. We can delve the whole bin and hold up Lightning Bolt. Yeah, why not? I'm down for that. We're going to cast a Lightning Bolt and Damping Sphere next turn if necessary. How fast is this clock? Probably the turn after next. I don't think we're going to pull it off as next turn. They go down to 18. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, they'll be down to 15 after the Lightning Bolt. And we will deal 8 with our creatures. Is this a Sylvan Scrying? No, it's a map. I'm actually going to play the Damping Sphere anyways. Just because that's safe. Did they miss a land drop? Was Urza's Tower this turn? Urza's Tower was this turn. We do not need to play that Damping Sphere yet. I kind of want to hold on to it. Oh yeah, with Denial in hand, we're holding on to it. We don't need it. Therefore, we're not going to use it. Because I like the opponent not knowing that I have it. It's almost impossible that they come back from this, especially with Denial in hand. Well, we got kind of curb stomped. They got kind of curb stomped. And we'll see what happens in Game 3. Perhaps we will get curb stomped again. Maybe they will. Maybe it'll actually be a close game. Something a little more interesting than just trying to minimize the chances that your opponent comes out of it. Kick it back to them. What do we got, Tron? That's a scoop. Fantastic. Let's kick it back. I don't believe I have any changes I'd like to make. None of these cards seem great against Tron. Abrade is just a little bit worse than Grudge and Revelry. Although it's easier to cast than Revelry. Sweepers are obviously bad. Hazaret just does not belong. Honestly, the only cards I would consider are the cards that we took out. Everything else is too slow or basically irrelevant. Is there any chance I want some of this back? I don't think so. We're gonna be on the draw again. That's not great. Hopefully we have a decent hand. That's risky. We're on the draw. Increased chances of finding a land. Them mulliganing to 6 does not change anything. I have a turn 1 Delver and a Ceremonious Rejection. I'm going to keep and hope. I have a dream. A hope and a prayer. Tron mulliganing again, but like I said, they mulligan pretty well generally. Don't usually go down to 2 cards. Ghost Quarter is a good start for us. Map is less good. Why did... Oh, I just had Mana Leak in hand to start with. I didn't notice it. I clicked OK, and suddenly I saw a Mana Leak. Obviously, I was confused. Here comes Delver right down Delver Lane. The opponent cannot have turn 3 Tron, so if we hit our next land drop, Pyromancer coming down like lightning, land. Delver, do not flip. But don't find a creature either. It's a creature. Why do I speak? Why do I use my mouth to make words? They only serve to harm me. Delver, if you could poke in for 1, that would be grand. Alright, we're gonna hope that Rejection can slow down their payoff. They didn't crack the map. They're hoping to draw cards. That's my only explanation for that. They're hoping to draw the land. They have one of the Tron lands in hand. No. Maybe? In that case, they would have just gotten the other one. They're hoping to draw one and tutoring for the other. I'm not countering that because I expect that I'm going to need to counter their payoff card on the next turn. Now, I don't know that they have Tron. Alpine Moon. That is a start. Is that worth giving up Ceremonious Rejection for this turn? I'm going to say it is. I'm going to poke them for 1. I'm going to be very sad if they have Nature's Claim in hand. But I didn't show them any artifacts or enchantments last game, so I'm going to hope and pray. And we're going to turn Urza's Tower into a very good land. Alpine Moon. Let's make sure we don't misclick. That would be bad. Oh, how that would be bad. Actually, not the tower. The one they don't have yet. Urza's Mine. That is playing with portals. Once they find the last Tron land, they will not get Tron, and they don't have the 5-color land. They do have 1 extra colorless source for what that's worth. There's an O-Stone, you got it. That's going to eventually give me a bad day. That makes me kind of sad that I didn't have Rejection up. Serum Visions. Okay, Delver gonna transform. That's great, Delver. You did good. You did good. Let's cast that Visions. They're probably not casting anything big yet. So let's find that land that we've been praying for. 2 lands. I actually want Spell Pierce too. I don't think I'm ever going to take it, but I want it. All right, we found lands. Good job, team. Are we going to get there? I mean, the opponent mulled to 5, so I'm not that pleased with myself, but we might get there. And that's kind of cool. All right, we're not going to play that land yet. We're going to start with the combat. Hopefully, they try to take out this Delver with the O-Stone. They didn't. That's smart. I would follow it up with a Chromatic Sphere. Good on you, opponent. Good on you. We're going to hold up these counter spells. Not commit anything to the board for them to just blow up here. O-Stone is doing stuff. Cool. Good night, sweet permanence. All right. This is going to get tough. If they have a Tron land, they didn't have a Tron land yet. All right, what do we got? Can it be mana leaked? It can, and it will. I'm not going to grab basics because of Ghost Quarter. Let's keep our thinking hat on, folks. Both other color shocks are in the deck. So let's start there. I'm going to mana leak this. And then we will get a Breeding Pool tapped. If we hit another land, we get to go Threat plus Sphere. That's a Tarfire. That's sad. They didn't have Tron there. We have a Rejection to bridge the gap. I'm going to hope and dream and pray that they don't have the Tron land, or whatever they play can be Rejectioned profitably, because this is a 2-turn clock, and I am well aware that this game needs to end. Preferably soon, and in our favor. Urza's Tower. Lot of Tron lands on this board. O-Stone, that's worth countering. No thank you, none of that. Get it out of here. I don't want any. Get rid of it. How many ways can we say stop? Tribal's not in the bin. Tribal is not in the bin. 7-8 Tarmogoyf. 7-8 Tarmogoyf. Let's go to combat. What did I say about wanting a close game against Tron? What did I say? We got our close game against Tron. All right. I hope you all enjoyed that video. I had a good time. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.